Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining the webinar today. I just wanted to firstly thank everyone at Byra for having us. So we'll just get straight into it. I know you're all very busy, so we'll jump right in. What we're going to do today is go through a few different ways which your businesses can connect to your customers by bringing your business online. So let's jump straight in. So first of all, I just want to give a brief introduction to your speakers today. So you'll be hearing from two of us. Jasmine will be talking all things Google My Business and why it's essential to connect to your customers by showing them up-to-date information about your business. I will then be talking all things Pointy. So I'm not sure if people on the call have heard of Pointy before, but it basically allows you to display your in-store inventory on Google so people can browse your products before coming into your physical brick and mortar stores to complete the purchase. So just quickly to run through the agenda. So we'll start off really, I suppose, by talking about the current retail landscape, how the path to purchase is changing and what that really means for your stores. Jasmine will then take us through the importance of having a business profile on Google and the features that you can avail of there. And then I'll pop back in to explain how Pointy from Google can help attract local shoppers to your store by showing them what you sell. And we'll then be having a Q&A session at the end. So if you want to put any of your questions into the chat or into the Q&A section, and then we'll get to those at the end. If we don't get to everyone, don't worry, we will obviously go back and get back to you via email. So let's get started. So we'll set the scene by, seeing what the current retail landscape looks like and what this means then for local retail. So as you can see here, 86% of sales are still happening in store. So essentially, this just goes to show that contrary to popular belief, a lot of sales that are happening aren't in fact e-commerce. They are happening in brick and mortar stores, just like yours. So what we are seeing is the major thing that's changing is the way in which people are shopping. So their path to purchase is changing, or how they end up in the store is changing. So I'm very aware that owning physical stores must be incredibly difficult right now. What we're seeing is that retailers, of all sizes, so from your independent stores all the way up to big box chains, are finding really that maximizing your presence online can help you reach potential customers who do want to buy in person. So just moving on to the next one we have here is that 90% of global shoppers in this particular survey that was conducted said that they used online search prior to going into a store. So we're really seeing a shift towards this kind of behavior, and that people are researching stores and products much more than ever before prior to actually going into the store to make the purchase. So, people are planning their visits much more carefully, and this really is leading to a spike in interest for real-time information. So this spike in interest, I guess, really highlights the need to have an up-to-date and complete business profile on Google so customers can see all of the relevant information about your store. So on that note, I will pass over to Jasmine, who's going to bring you through everything Google My Business.
Thanks so much, Aisling. So why do you need a business profile on Google? Let's take a look at what Google My Business can do for you and some of its features. Next. So has anyone out there made a large purchase in the last year? Maybe a car, a television, a new smartphone? How many of you started by visiting a store and talking to a clerk? And how many of you started by researching online? I'll bet that many, if not most of you, started online. That's most people these days, and it's for all types of purchases, not just the big ones. The takeaway is consumers often have a lot of information about products and services before they contact a business or visit a store. It's important to note that customers may start the shopping journey online, but there's still a lot happening offline. In fact, 86% of all transactions still happen in local stores. So connect with customers in moments that matter. Billions of local searches happen each month. 4 out of 5 consumers use search engines to find information like store address, hours, and directions. With all this in mind, let's look at the different ways Google can help searchers find you online. Next. Thank you. So what happens if somebody looks for your business on Google? Take a look at the animation on the right, show an example of what happens if somebody looks for a clothes shop. Once you type clothes shop near me, you'll see a list of results. Then you click on one of the results and you see a business profile showing the information about the shop. Same for your kind of business. A client might look for the service you're offering for your business name directly on Maps or on search, and eventually they'll reach your business profile. And you, as an owner of that business, can control the information that the user sees on that business profile. Today, we'll touch on what kind of information you can publish and why you should manage your profile. Next. So why should you manage a business profile on Google? Well, up-to-date business profiles are 2.7 times more likely to be considered reputable. Up-to-date profiles are 70% more likely to attract location visits and 50% more likely to lead to a purchase. Next. Let's take a look inside Google My Business to see what you can do. Next. What does a typical business profile look like? This is what it looks like on mobile, where most of your clients will be looking at it. You've got your reviews and notes, location info, business hours, quick links, and photos and videos. Next. So how do you access Google My Business? You can get started by visiting google.com/business. If you already have an account, you can click sign in. If you're new to Google My Business, you can click manage now and follow the instructions to get started. Next. On your Google My Business profile, you can do numerous things such as add posts, add COVID-19 updates, add pictures, confirm your business hours, and you can gain insights. The insights can give you reports as to where customers view your business, whether that's on Google search or on Maps, and an insight as to what searchers did once they found your profile on Google. That could include whether they then visited your website, requested directions, or called you. Here are some stats as to why it's important to update your profile. Business hours are especially critical, as 40% of local business searchers want to find hours of operation. Next. Ensure you have business photos, as 90% of customers are more likely to visit a business that has photos on a search results page. And you can easily do this by taking photos and ad filters directly from the Google My Business app. So to sum up, having a Google My Business profile will allow you to easily connect with customers across Google Search and Maps for free. Now think about how beneficial it will be for the user to see all the products you stock directly on your business profile. Now, over to you, Aisling. How can Pointy help you do that?
Thanks so much, Jasmine. So I guess right now, imagine you have your business profile set up so customers can see all the information they need about your store. As Jasmine said, the opening hours, photos, everything like that, you have it all ready. So what's the next step? So of course, then the next step logically would be to get your inventory online. So just again, before we just jump straight into it, I just want to set the scene a little bit. So as you can see here, 46% of global shoppers confirm inventory before going to the store. And to be honest, I can only see this number increasing over time. We're seeing such a rise in near me searches as shopping locally has become even more important to customers. So for example, searches containing available near me, so it could be X product available near me, they have doubled globally year on year. So customers, of course, want to know whether your store offers curbside pickup when the doors open and close, but I suppose, more importantly, they care about what's in stock. So especially in the last year or so, we've seen that, shoppers really need the reassurance that they'll find what they're looking for before they leave their homes. So, um, the issue, I guess, here, or the problem that we often see, is that local retailers don't have their inventory listed on Google. So you're at home, you're wanting a product, and this shopper is turning to Google for the answers onto where to buy it, or what to see, what's available nearby. But oftentimes it's not the local retailers that are appearing. So I suppose here, you could just ask yourselves, if someone locally to you is searching for a product that you stock, is your store going to appear for them? So will they know that you have this product? And if not, unfortunately, these customers will inevitably end up turning to another store, or indeed, a big box store to purchase the item. So how can Pointy from Google help here? So essentially, Pointy from Google allows you to put your in-store inventory online. So it helps improve your chances of showing up when someone searches for your store name, or a product that you stock on Google. Essentially, in a nutshell, Pointy makes it easy for shoppers to research online and see the products you stock before visiting the store to make a purchase. And I suppose, how do we do this then? How does it all work? So as you can see here, just from this visual, Pointy essentially acts as a feed that opens the door to the wider Google ecosystem. It'll give your products the opportunity to be found across many different surfaces. So how does it work? So all you have to do is install Pointy on your point of sale. We have either a hardware device called a Pointy box, or if your POS is supported, you can install an app. I'll go into that further now in a second. All you need to do then is scan your products. So the way that this works is you scan your products just as you're selling them at the till, and we then receive the barcode number, just the UPC barcode number. That's all we get. And from there, we then get images and descriptions to match these products and upload them onto your Pointy page, as well as onto your business profile, as Jasmine was talking about. And then obviously this will help local shoppers to find you, and the goal is that you will sell more in store. So as I mentioned, we have two ways to connect to Pointy. Firstly, here on the left, you can see the Pointy box. This plugs in between your barcode scanner and your point of sale. Essentially, it just sits on the line there and transmits the barcodes back to us. And buyer members can access a Pointy box for £69. The second way then is, if your point of sale is supported, you can download the Pointy app. So here I just have, a variety of different point of sales that we are integrated with. There are many more as well. So yeah, if you have one of these point of sales, you can just download the app for free. So one question that comes up very often that I just wanted to bring up right here at the top is, does Pointy work for every store? So it, inevitably it works for most. So Pointy works across thousands of retailers across many different verticals. So we have from homeware to hardware, toy store, pet store, and we really have them all at the moment. The only criteria that we do have is that you scan manufacturer barcodes. So the reason we say that is because we've seen, in stores that may create their own barcode, their own SKUs in store. Our system, simply can't understand what those are, essentially. So say, for example, if I have a store and Jasmine has a store, we're selling the same products, but I'm making my own barcodes. So the system just won't be able to know what that product is, as that's going to be unique to your store. In the same way, we do sometimes have a bit of trouble with like clothing stores, apparel stores. This is just because, oftentimes one UPC can be for many different items, maybe colors, their sizes, whatever it might be. And the second then is to have a physical brick and mortar store. So this hopefully is self-explanatory. What we're trying to do with Pointy is drive people to your physical store. It's not in any way an e-commerce solution. So indeed, you'd have to have the brick and mortar store in order for people to come in and buy it from you. So you may be thinking, this is all well and good, but where do my products actually appear? So I'll take you on a quick tour of the different places they can appear. So the first will be on your Pointy page. So your Pointy page is essentially an online catalog that shows your products. So there's no upkeep on your end. As I say, all you have to do is scan your products as you sell them, and they'll be uploaded onto your Pointy page. And then, yeah, we do all the rest for you essentially once you scan. And you can link this then, say, for example, to your current website. You can also share products directly to your social media pages, for example. So say you have a sale going on or a special offer, you can obviously use these images and link directly from your Pointy page to your social media channels. So the second place you can appear is on the business profile. So, Jasmine showed us the importance of the business profile to, connecting with your customers. So imagine how much more beneficial it will be if people could browse the products you stock directly from that business profile. And, as we know, shoppers want to shop locally at the moment. They're researching stores and products before making the trip. So this is a great solution to show them what you stock. So this is just an example of a store, Armadillo Toys Leeds. And I suppose in your own time, if you wanted to just Google that, you can see what's in store feature and have a click around. Next here, I just have an example. So you just type in the name of the store. Here comes their business profile. And you can obviously search for any product that you need. And there you can see all the information for that product. You can see the price, you can see the stock status. Here then you can obviously just click the map, and for this person it was just a 6-minute walk, which is great. So where else can they appear? So we also give your products the opportunity to appear across many different surfaces. These would include maps, search, shopping. And on these next few slides, I'm just showing you one of our Pointy retailers, Knutson Lumber, and how they show up in these kind of searches, just so you know exactly for yourself and what it might look like. So again, with anything like this, we can't guarantee these results. We can't say that 100% of the time your store will show up. Obviously, this is just due to the complex algorithms that are working in the background as to where you're searching from, etc. But what we do is we will give your store every opportunity to show up across these surfaces. So here you can see on maps, someone has just typed in Black & Decker Drill Ellensburg. There's Knutson Lumber showing up. Next one here is search, the same thing. And then lastly, we have on the shopping tab. So just to go back to recap, so you've installed Pointy on your point of sale, your products have been added to your Pointy page and your business profile, and they're given the opportunity to surface across all of these different Google surfaces. Again, then you're getting all of this, the core service, for either £69 if you're buying a Pointy box, or for free if your point of sale is supported. I just wanted to make that very clear that that's all with the core service, because the next place that your products can appear are with local inventory ads. So these ads are a paid premium feature of Pointy. They're completely optional as to whether you decide to run them or not. But if you do decide to run them, Pointy will create an ad for every product that you have in stock and show them to people who are searching for these products. All you have to do is set a budget and a daily target and you're good to go. So that's what I mean here by the 2-click setup. All you have to do is set a daily budget. So you could put that as low as, say, £3 a day. And then you set a geo target around the store. So, you can put, say, 5 miles, 10 miles. And if someone is searching for a product that you stock, they will be served one of these ads. So there's no need for you to set up any, feeds or bidding strategies, keywords, anything like that. We do it all for you. And just one last thing to note here is that it's charged on a pay per click basis. So you only pay if someone actually clicks your ad. Impressions are free, which is great. And here you'll see now just this next one is just the setup. So again, as I'm saying, the daily target and the daily budget, should I say, and the geo target. So The daily budget, you can just slide it across just however much you want to spend. And then the geo target, you can easily see here the map around your store in which your ads will be served if people are searching. So next, we'll just move on to analytics and support. So, all of this is a lot of information. I understand that. You might be thinking, how do I know that it's actually working? So this is where your Pointy dashboard comes in. So on your Pointy dashboard, you can see things like your most popular products and searches that led to your store. So, this is kind of insight that you may not have had before as to what products are people actually searching for, what are they keying in to get to your store. So as you see, there's these graphs on the right-hand side there. This is just a portion of your dashboard that you'll be able to get access to. So each retailer has obviously their own individual dashboard with all of your individual stats on it. And what can you use this for? People use it in many different ways. But it can inform product decisions, as I've said here, and you can learn how shoppers are finding your store. So, for example, I was speaking to one of our hardware stores there recently, and she was saying that she uses the dashboard. She brings all of the different analytics and all the different information you can get there to their buying meetings that are bi-weekly, I think she said. And, she can see exactly what products are being searched for. She can see, what exactly people are searching for to get there. So if she can see that one specific product or indeed a specific line is very, very popular, they might want to, up their inventory of that specific thing. And here's just an example of what people are searching to find your store on your dashboard. So everyone will have this on their dashboard. As you can see here, this one was taken from a pharmacy in the last few months. So yes, you can see that everyone was searching for Lysol, and different things like that. So that is your dashboard. The last thing then is just to highlight that we do have an in-house support team. So I know that, probably all of you wear many, many hats when it comes to your business. And you play probably every role there is to in the company. So we do have a full support team ready to help and advise you with any questions or queries that you have. They're available by email or by phone. And I was on our customer support team for many years, and I know that people just find it so comforting to be able to pick up the phone and speak to someone on the other end. So we have that available for all of the buyer members as well. And again, if you prefer to go by email, that's no problem as well. So the way that it works, as I say here, just to highlight, we also have a customer success team. So when you sign up to Pointy, you'll get an onboarding call. These customer success agents have such a knowledge of the product, and they'll be able to set you up, get you onboarded, make sure you know exactly how everything works, make sure we have the page optimized as much as possible for you. Yeah, so I suppose right now, hopefully the only question that you guys have is, how do I sign up? So, you might be thinking, I want to connect to my customers by increasing my online presence. I want to attract more customers to my store by showing them what we sell. And, I can do this by utilizing both my business profile and Pointy. So how can you do this? So just to go back to what Jasmine is saying, if you don't have a business profile, just to echo her sentiments, I would highly recommend you get one. It's just essential for stores in this day and age to have one so that people can see all the information they need when they Google, say, for example, your store name. And then, so if you just go here to google.com/business, you'll be able to set up. It's very quick. And then for Pointy, I'm hoping that a lot of you are thinking, great, this sounds brilliant. How do I sign up for Pointy? And so if you just go here to pointy.com/Byra, you'll be able to start your Pointy journey and sign up for the service. So I think that's probably enough talking by me at this stage. And I will pass over to Andrew, one of the Byra team.
Well, thank you very much there, Aisling and Jasmine. Now, there's opportunity for questions, and we've got a question on already. So the first question is my business profile on Google free of charge?
Yes, I'll take that one. It's absolutely free of charge. You can just go onto google.com/business and manage now to create your own free business profile to be shown on Google Maps and Google Search.
Okay, brilliant, thank you. Okay, a question here from Paige. How do I verify my business from Google My Business profile?
Yep, I'll take that one again. So to verify your business, you just log on to your account on google.com/business, and there'll be a widget on the home screen that says verify now, click verify now. And there's different ways that you can verify, which can include a PIN code sent to your address, or you can actually verify by phone or email.
Okay, brilliant, thank you. So next question is there an option to use Pointy if the business doesn't presently have an EPOS system?
Yeah, so the Pointy box itself works with all traditional point of sale systems. So as I say, it just plugs in between your wired barcode scanner and your point of sale. It's a very easy setup. So that's how we integrate with the traditional point of sale systems. So you literally plug out the scanner you currently have, plug in the Pointy box, plug the scanner into the Pointy box, and that's how we receive your UPC barcodes.
Okay, so you do need scanners though to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely. A question here for I'll come on to that one later. So, not sure who needs to answer this, but how does a business upload the images onto the Pointy page once it's set up?
So I'll take that one. So you don't have to do anything to upload the images, which is a great answer for me to be able to give. So essentially, all that happens is we receive the barcodes as you're scanning them. So that's why I was just saying the importance of using UPC or manufacturer barcodes. So you don't have to do anything. We want Pointy to really just slot into your daily life in the store. You don't have to do anything extra. So you're scanning away as someone, you're checking someone out at the till, you scan the barcodes, we then receive that barcode, go away, find the image description to match the product, and upload it onto your Pointy page and in turn onto your business profile. So yeah, you don't have to do anything at all on that end.
Okay, terrific. And another question I think for you, Aisling, is Graham Taylor says that manufacturer barcodes and don't always, not all stock has manufacturer barcodes. So does that mean that Pointy wouldn't work? Does it have to have a barcode to work?
Yeah, so we have come across this in stores before. So I think, at the moment, unfortunately, we can only work with the manufacturer barcodes. We were playing around, with maybe a manual upload system, but unfortunately, we don't have that. So yeah, it's only going to work for products that have UPC barcodes. Yeah,
Graham also asked for a phone number and email for support. So we'll probably provide those details after this call, Graham, I would think, to all attendees. Question from John, what happens if a product is removed from inventory, such as end of line product? Does that automatically delist itself from the Google search?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So the way it works is that we in Pointy have a stock status estimation machinery that works in the background. So essentially it figures out and learns the stock, the scanning patterns for a specific product. So I suppose the easiest way to describe it is, say if you sell a product 5 times a day, every day for 2 weeks, we're going to presume that product is in stock as you're scanning it away, you're selling it. But once then we see any change coming from the scanning pattern, it will basically drop to limited stock, and then it'll go to out of stock and drop off the page then. So I can't give definitive timelines. Each product, will have a different scanning frequency, but that all works in the background. And of course, if it is something, that hasn't dropped off just as quickly as you needed it to, we can manually remove it from the page. That's no problem. But we have done huge work. Well, I haven't, but our engineering team have done huge work this year on our stock estimation, because I'm sure I don't need to tell anyone here, but we had an awful lot of stores that, especially pharmacies, for example, and their products were going out as soon as they were coming in. So we had to do a huge amount of work there. So it's really reliable at the moment, but that's how it works. It's off your scanning frequency.
Okay, lovely. A question here about uploading the information. So Luke Usher asks, is it possible to upload a CSV file with barcodes rather than scanning every single product? As it would save time effectively.
So yeah, again, a question that we get a lot. So essentially, that's not available to get the products onto your Pointy page at the very beginning. It is a reasonable question to ask, but the way that I suppose I can explain it is that we just want Pointy to fit in organically to your store. So we don't want anyone to have to do any extra work. So that's why we just say that as your products are scanning, they will go up onto the page. Yeah, I suppose for some people this might sound like it's going to take a long time, but essentially everything in the system works better if it just happens organically. So as I say, that stock status feature is going to work much better if we just get the products as you're selling them. So that's how we work it at the moment, is just through the scans of the sale.
Okay, lovely. Matthew Lost thinks it could be useful for several people he knows. He's asking if you should contact via a direct, I guess, if we could answer Matthew to that question. And we'll contact you after this with contact details. How long does it take to get a Pointy box ordered?
Not long at all. All you have to do is fill out the form on the pointy.com/Byra. And I suppose the best thing for you guys is that we're based over here in Dublin, so shipping will not take as long as it might do to the States. It'll just take a couple of days and it'll arrive to the store. And like that, we'll help you along every step of the way before even the box arrives, and once it arrives, just to make sure that it's all set up and installed correctly. We have a hardware team that will walk you through the installation on the phone if needs be, but there are instructions and everything with the box. So yeah, not long at all, and you'll have it in the store.
Okay, terrific. And it doesn't take long to set up. That was a follow-up question to that. So once you've got it, it's a simple plug-in job, you were saying, is it?
Yeah, it's simple plug-in. So the box works off like cell signal. So once you get it, yeah, as I say, you'll have all the instructions there for you, but you literally just have to plug it in. It finds the signal, and you're good to go.
Okay, I think it's a question maybe for Jasmine. Give Aisling a break. If a store doesn't have Pointy, can they still download pictures onto their Google Business account? I presume the answer is yes.
Yes, absolutely you can. And you can even do this really easily if you download the Google My Business app. You can take photos directly from your phone that'll be uploaded to your profile.
Yeah, okay. And a follow-up question. So once the image has been downloaded, are prices automatically downloaded, or is there another step to be taken for that?
Prices are not downloaded, no.
I can take that one if you want.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So for the See What's in Store feature and your products appearing on the business profile, we do have an option to show pricing. So there won't be any prices displayed on your Pointy page. You can display pricing on your See What's in Store page. And again, if you have a point of sale that's integrated, we can get the pricing from there. But if not, it's just a simple CSV file that you upload, and once the pricing changes, you can just upload a new file to us. So yeah, it's optional pricing for that feature, but we do really say that it's a better thing to do to have the pricing there than not have it there. But yeah, it's just a simple CSV file.
Right, okay, so pricing, just go back to it, just clarify that, because there's a previous question about stock on the CSV file, which isn't available, but pricing on the CSV file is?
Yeah, because that is right. So the only way, so think about it as though the Pointy box, we do say, the Pointy box is essentially like all it can transmit is the barcodes. So the only way for us to get pricing from those stores is to have a CSV file. The reason again that we say we can't take a CSV file of all the products at the beginning is because well, essentially the system wants to verify that you have that product in stock. So we want to see a scan for it in the store. So, because you could be like, not that anyone here would, but you could upload all sorts of products onto your page that you actually don't have. So the verification is one thing. And then, the second thing is that the Pointy box just, it doesn't transmit the prices, so that we need a CSV file for that.
And following up on that about uploading data, there's a question here about would Pointy pick up the information from the business's survey if it had a server, and it kept all information on there, which is, again, it's this issue about having the stock lines instantly on there available.
I'm not 100% sure on that one, to be honest with you. I could definitely check it out and get back to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's fine. Question for you, Jasmine. How do you deal with reviews and potentially bad reviews?
Well, I would definitely respond to them, because your users are looking at your reviews, and they'll also look at your response to a review, and you want to show that your brand is reputable, and perhaps you can respond as to why that might have happened, the bad review, if there's new management or there was a particular reason for that bad review, so that the user can see the answer to that. So definitely respond to it.
Right, so your advice is always respond to a review, yeah?
Uh-huh.
If it can't be settled, do you have some kind of a dispute resolution process?
You can dispute reviews with our support team. You can.
Okay. A question for you, Jasmine. I think this attendee has 5 stores with individual My Business pages. Would each store need to apply? Would each store need the app or box? It might be Jasmine.
Yeah, Aisling, do you want to take this one? If 5 stores with
Sure.
Yeah, so
gotcha.
It's a chain of stores with 5. They've got individual business pages. Does that mean they need? Does each store therefore need the app or Pointy box?
So if you're working with the Pointy box, each store will need the Pointy box. Just so, as I say, that all the information will be up to date for that specific store. So this product is in stock. We carry this line. I suppose you may carry different products. I'm not sure. In terms of the app, then there are. I know on some of the point of sale, say like Lightspeed or Square, any of these, you kind of have one overarching account, and then you have all your different stores listed in there. So in that way, you just have to download the app onto the account. But the simple answer is yes, you need one for each store. Okay,
lovely. For you, Jasmine, how can a business remove old photos from a Google listing that were submitted by customers that are now out of date? Is that possible?
You can report this. You can't do it yourself, but you can report it to our support team by selecting on the photo and then select report a problem option, and then the reason for why you want that removed.
Okay, and a second one on photos. Which Google app should a business download for photos? They don't have barcodes, and they're aware of several Google apps on the App Store.
So in order to have the Google My Business, for Google My Business, it's the Google My Business app.
Yeah.
It's different in terms of the barcodes for Pointy.
Right, okay. And does a business need to have a website for either their Google Business profile or Pointy?
For Google My Business, it don't, but you can have, so your Google Business, we can do a website for you for free. So it's a professional website for your business that you can set up in minutes.
Okay. I think...
And just to add to that,
yeah, sorry. So if a business has 3 till points, does the Pointy box work on all 3 tills, or do you need a Pointy box for each point of sale or each till point?
Sure, great question. So as the box is just attached between the point of sale and the scanner, it does only work on the till that it's plugged into. So what we would say is if you're considering to sign up to Pointy, you could initially get one box, put it on your, you know, most used register, and then maybe in the future you could look into getting one for each till, because yeah, it only works off the till that it's plugged into.
Okay. A question here for from a hardware sector specialist. A lot of stock in a hardware store can be sold at a rate of 1 unit per week or per month. So will it stay on point at such a slow rate of sale? And can the retailer remove an item from Pointy once it's reached end of line?
Yeah, so I suppose the second part first is, yeah, you can remove a product from your Pointy page very easily. You just have to edit the product and delete. You can also ask our support team to do that for you if you'd like. And the other part of it was, yeah, so, you know, we do work with fast moving products and slow moving products. So as I say, the machinery behind it basically learns the scanning frequency for each product as they're being sold. So they will stay on your Pointy page. And again, I suppose if it was a case that something fell off the page that you want on there, you could just give it a quick scan. But our support team, again, will be able to go into that in more detail with you, but essentially it should work for you, yeah.
Okay. Good. A whole host of questions there, and just one final one, which is actually for buyer, I think, because it says, as a buyer member, do they get anything extra? And I think you covered that in the presentation, because I think the price for Pointy to a buyer member is a special price, isn't it?
Yeah, so buyer members can access Pointy for $69 for the box, and again, yeah, for free on point of sale.
Lovely. Hopefully I've captured everyone's questions there, and yeah, terrific. I've been on other webinars and we've had very few questions, so I appreciate everyone's interest. It clearly is a topic and an area that retailers want to know more about. Is there anything else you'd like to add, ladies, from your point of view?
No, I think we covered everything, didn't we, Jasmine? Yeah, I'm just hoping to see, you know, a lot of your members now, you know, getting on board with updating their business profiles, getting onto Pointy. Yeah, and we hope to see you again. Reach out if you have any other questions afterwards. Our emails will be on the presentation, or again, I suppose if you can email buyer and they'll forward it over to us, that's no problem.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for attending this webinar. It's one of the early ones for buyer, and apologies for if the system didn't work for everyone to begin with. We're learning about this, but I really appreciate the input we've had both from the attendees and especially the presenters, Aisling and Jasmine. What is clear, what we're seeing for all of our members, especially since COVID-19 came upon us, is that the changes in the way people shop has been massively accelerated. And browsing around shops is almost a thing of the past. If anything, people search, well, we know, and the evidence said people search online first and then go to the shop. So when we talk about doing internet sales, it's not always about having an e-commerce website. It really is about making sure that the local community, your local customers, know what is available to them in their businesses locally. And what Pointy does and what Google Business does is allow that to happen. And we really urge all of you, all retailers, to really realise the opportunity that presents in this. And this is good technology. Yes, you know, there's elements that I think we recognise need improving, and it will continue to improve. But please, if interested, contact Buyer, contact Pointy, and make the most of the opportunity that people working from home in their thousands now, not travelling around to the city centres, shopping more locally, but to make the most of that opportunity, we've got to connect with them. And Pointy, Google listings really allow you to do that. So thank you. We will contact everyone, and if we've missed any questions, we will pick them up and feed them back later on. So thank you very much.